Oh my god, the cinematography in this show is so nice to look at. And then there's the things I never want to look at again.
Hey guys, it's Dan, your host, Judy Reviews, and today I'm back for another video for Game of Thrones House of the Dragon. This is my review for the season finale of Season 1. This is called The Black Queen.
Alright guys, this one's going to be doing a review today. This one's going to be doing my final review for Season 1 of the House of the Dragons Game of Thrones spin-off series. This is my review for the season finale, Season 1, Episode 10, titled The Black Queen. So, man, I loved this episode, and I love this season. I mean, now I can officially say it, now that we're done this season, I can finally kind of talk about the season as a whole. We'll probably do a separate video where we go through Season 1 of House of the Dragon and compare it to Season 1 of Game of Thrones, because I do want to do that video. But either way, this was a fantastic finale. I do want to definitely give a heads up, though, that this will contain spoilers for the finale. So if you have not watched the finale, first of all, you're missing out. Second of all, definitely go ahead and watch it before you watch this review. So this episode takes place right after the events of Episode 9, and we get to see in this episode Rhaenyra and Daemon. We kind of catch up with them, seeing how we didn't see them last episode. And this is a straight-up setup for Season 2 and a setup for this war that we're about to see with Alicent and Rhaenyra. Now, last episode, we didn't see Rhaenyra at all, nor Daemon or any of the characters from this crew. So we kind of like did the opposite of what the last episode was. Last episode was like all King's Landing and, you know, Alicent and all that stuff. This episode, it's all Daemon, all Rhaenyra, and their setup, that type of, you know, thing. So, very, very good. Very, very cool stuff, and I like how they've kind of separated their stories. They've kind of built up the war on both sides, and in this episode, we get to see Daemon, who I would say is a rogue prince at this point. And yes, I'm aware that's what he's called, but it's really, really coming true now. Daemon is, wow, he's intense. So this one, he's kind of on the edge now because they just have gotten the word now that Lord Viserys is dead. Rhaenyra's father is gone. She finds out about that. And to add insult to injury, it's now time for her to go into labor with her 5th child. And it's, oh my god, this is such a crazy scene. She gives birth, which I thought was a really just kind of crazy scene to watch. And she has a miscarriage. She has a stillborn. And that is really a hard scene to watch. But as hard as of a scene it is to watch, it's also amazing the way they did that scene where you see the dragon screaming and then you see, you know, she's screaming and stuff like that, and it's like the way they kind of like blend it together and stuff. It's really, really well done, and I think the cinematography was really good. But Daemon is now pissed. Rhaenyra is now, you know, at this point she's lost everything. She's lost a baby and a father in the same day. So that's got to be hard for her. And we do have a scene where, you know, you kind of see her, like, be crowned and stuff like that, and you see everybody kneeling before her, which I thought was kind of cool. But, she's not doing well, and wars are definitely raging. So she wants to get a message out to, you know, some other places, like, they talk about, like, a few other locations, like, you know, the Starks and stuff, going there and warning them about stuff. And it's a pretty crazy scene because we get to see in this one Daemon, who really, I would say, is just kind of out of control. Like, there's a scene where Otto and some of the others from King's Landing show up, and they kind of deliver a message for Alicent, and Rhaenyra kind of stops the fight, but it's a pretty intense one as well, too. And, you know, Otto just continues to piss me off the more I watch this guy. Just continues to rage war and kind of set things up and just set everything into motion. And Daemon is not having it. Now, Daemon, I would say, takes a step too far in this episode because there is a moment in this episode where he doesn't agree with what Rhaenyra is doing. And he, like, starts to strangle her for a minute and, like, starts to choke her and kind of backs off after a minute. But Daemon, no, that wasn't cool, man. That was not cool. He straight up starts choking her for a minute there. So, Daemon, you never know what the hell he's going to do. That's like the fun about his character. You never know what the hell he's, you know, going to end up doing. He just does something and it's like, oh, frick. Like, yep, that's Daemon for you. So, Daemon is easily still, I say it every episode, but he's the most unpredictable character in this show. And in this finale, yeah, he was awesome. But that moment with Rhaenyra, I was like, no, screw you, dude. You went too far. So, he's going a little bit too far in this war that's going on. I feel like he's getting a little bit too much kind of over his head, but Yeah, definitely. We'll see what they do with Damon. I am so grateful that he survived season one. I kind of knew he would, but I'm still very grateful that he did because he's easily my favorite character to come out of this first season. Now, this episode ends in a way that I thought was just absolutely just terrible. We've got Aegon, who is, at the Starks. He's at Winterfell. And we get to see Luke, who kind of like Lucerys, right? He kind of shows up. And man, this was a really crazy scene. They start to kind of fight each other a little bit. They start to kind of battle each other out because obviously Team Alicent, Team Rhaenyra, and they kind of start fighting each other. And we get to see I would say, dragon versus dragon fight scene at the end of the episode. And Aegon's dragon is 2 times bigger than his, and he's trying to escape. He's trying to get away from him, but the dragons are now starting to fight each other beyond their control, and it's a really intense scene. And basically, Aegon's dragon kills Lucerys' dragon, and he dies, and we kind of see her face there at the end of the episode, as I feel like Aegon really, really realizes what he just did. And it's man, it's crazy. It's crazy, when he's kind of sitting there and you kind of see the look on his face, and it's just like, frig, he's screwed up. But Aemon screwed up, absolutely, and you can tell by looking at him at the end of the episode. Aemon definitely did something that it's gonna rage war now, and Rhaenyra is pissed, and she's done. So, yeah, I am very, very intrigued to see where this goes. They kind of leave you on a cliffhanger for the finale, and to lead into Season 2, but anyway, it was amazing. So, how is Season 1 of House of the Dragon for me? How is this finale? Well, first of all, the finale I thought was one of the best episodes of the show so far. This episode, I would easily give a 10 out of 10. I have no reason to give a lower rating than that. If there's no flaws with the episode, which I have none with this episode, then I would definitely go ahead and give this a 10 out of 10. I thought this was a spectacular episode to set up the conflict between Rhaenyra and Alicent for Season 2, and I don't know how long it's going to be before Season 2 comes out. I have a gut feeling we're going to be waiting a while, so that kind of sucks. I kind of want to see what happens, but whatever. It was a fantastic season. These episodes are really good. It's a really fantastic spin-off series, and I'm happy because most shows like Game of Thrones, or other shows as well too, usually the main show is amazing, and then the spin-off is kind of, sucky per se. This show, I think, so far has been amazing. I think Game of Thrones is doing a great job with House of the Dragon, and I think it's, not necessarily that it's a surprise, but definitely the way they left the final season of Game of Thrones on us, I was very much dreading to see if this show would be even worse than that or something. But I think House of the Dragon has really proved how great Game of Thrones is when they're on their A game. And I think this entire season, they really pedaled to the metal. They really gave us some good stuff. And Season 1 of House of the Dragon, I think, was an absolute success. At least on my end of things, I thought it was a really, really great series, really strong show, and probably one of my favorite shows I've watched out of 2022, to be honest. Right up there with Better Call Saul and, The Walking Dead and The Boys and some of these other shows. I feel like this show really, really was that great. I think they've really done a fantastic job with House of the Dragon, and I just think they've really succeeded. I think over time, this show really has proved that Game of Thrones can still be good. It can still be good. Yes, it may have had a bad final season, but that doesn't mean that they can't provide a season like this, because this is probably my favorite Game of Thrones universe season since Game of Thrones Season 4, I would say. Either that or Game of Thrones Season 6, one of them. I would say it's probably my favorite since those seasons of the main show. So, yeah. Fantastic season. Let me know in the comment section below how'd you guys feel about Season 1 of House of the Dragon. And that is it for this video, guys. If you're new to the channel and you like this video, make sure to click the subscribe button so you don't miss any other videos for House of the Dragon. Make sure to follow me on Dan's The Walking Dead reviews on Instagram, guys. And of course, I'll see you guys really soon for more videos for House of the Dragon. Thank you all for watching the reviews, and I'll see you guys for Season 2 whenever that releases. Enjoy the rest of your day, guys, and peace out.
I've heard stories. Walkers that can climb walls and open doors. I was never sure if they were just stories